then hopefully we're going to give a good show for people.
So here we go with game 4. You and Nick have certainly had a few battles over the years. I think of a couple of controversial matches in Chicago and Egypt. That Egypt match was some interesting calls on that one, wasn't there?
All our matches. Actually, the one in Chicago as well was some strange calls.
Yeah.
And
I watched both of them live, and it was really strange because I know certainly somebody mentioned on the chat room that they were. We'll just see this match again as that one's not up. But there was one guy mentioned on the chat room, and he said, "I just don't know what the rules are anymore." He said, "I can't understand some of the calls. I'm so confused."
If he's watching now and he can hear us, I don't even know what's going on now. Sometimes the decisions change. They really change. It depends on the refs. And sometimes now it's actually pretty better because now you get a 3-man ref. Which is you get 2 out of
pressure off. And
it's much more convenient. Actually convenient and much more. Makes the player more comfortable because now you can argue with 1 because it's not 1 anymore. It's 3.
Have you done the refereeing position yet? Have you actually been in that position?
I've done it once in Chicago.
How did you find it?
I think it's really working now because as you can say mentally as well for the players, where you think like, oh, it's a 1-man decision, and you start arguing with that man. But now when it's just 3-man, you say, oh, who am I going to argue with? So it's pretty actually for me it's much better because now I have to focus more on my game and my points than focusing more on arguing with 1 ref. Now you're saying, oh, I'm not going to argue with 3 referees, so I'm just be quiet and focus on your next rally, even if the decision was bad. So just say, I'm not going to argue with 3 people.
Fair enough. Well, I thought Nick came out of that escapade in Egypt with a lot of credit. I know he took a little bit of flack for certain comments he made at the US Open in Boston, we remember. But I thought Nick at that time could easily have come out and criticised the officials. And he actually was fantastic because he just came out and said it was a great game to be involved with, really high pressure, and and didn't make the easy comment and said it was he just came out and really took it like a man and carried on with the next tournament.
I know. Nick he's a great guy. We're friends outside the court, and it's just he had a lot of pressure because it was the World Open, and he was traveling with all his team. I had a lot of pressure because I was playing at home in front of 3,000 people only watching, and plus the people on TV, and everyone wants you to win, and it's actually it's not a great feeling. It's a good feeling to play at home, but at the same time it's not great.
There's a lot of pressure on you.
There's a lot of pressure, as you can see. Shabana in the semis has actually struggled.
Well, one thing I certainly noticed, I remember back in '99 that I don't know if it's the Egyptian mentality, but certainly within the squash fraternity, they don't like losers. They don't like people losing.
They don't accept losing very much, and this is it's good at a point, and it's not good at the other point because they push all the players to win. But at the same time, sometimes it depends on the player how he takes it. Some players takes it really on the positive side, and they do a lot of effort and they win. But the others, they get really tense and they get it as a negative side and they lose the matches. So.
And that pressure, certainly you could see Shabana, was under. But Gregory did play a great game against him, but Shabana wasn't at his normal level.
Yeah, of course, but it's a different culture though, because as you said, people don't like losing in Egypt. They start putting those, heroic songs and stuff like in the way on the courts, and makes you feel like you're going into war. I know.
And I've seen it at the junior level, at the British Junior, where I didn't meet you. You didn't come.
I know. I was supposed to come, but I had to go to Canada to play that tournament in the Pace Canadian.
Right.
So
your own career comes first, of course.
I was going to come for a couple of days, but I found a cheaper flight 2 days before, so I just took it.
No, but it's and of course the big question is the Alabama happening this year? I've not heard anything yet.
Well, I've heard it's going to be on. I was in Egypt last week, and I've heard it's going to be on. But I'm not quite sure about it. But
they're still talking about it.
They're talking about it seriously. That it's going to be on. I heard a lot of people saying that. I didn't hear anyone saying it's not going to be on, which is a good sign.
Well, that would be good news. So certainly, those pyramids are just unbelievable squash court setting.
It's just a lovely venue. Lovely venue.
And this is a lovely shot from Frankcomb here, and he's giving everything, and he's certainly holding it tight with Thierry here in the fourth.
Yeah, this game is quite a good start from Aaron.
Yeah.
Because he always, like the last couple of games, he was that 5 or 6 down.
Oh, another mistake from Lincou.
5-4.
Thierry wants to finish it very fast,
Yeah.
but it doesn't happen like this in squash.
You feel that Thierry's just taken his foot off the pedal a bit, having rattled off 2 games in 17 minutes. Games 2 and 3 were actually shorter combined than game 1. Game 1 was 18 minutes, so I just feel that Thierry's just taking a little bit easier here. He put a lot of effort into games 2 and 3. Just having a look at the bwin.com betting site where there's live betting on this, and they're not actually taking bets now on the winner of the match. You can bet on how many points are scored. If you think there's going to be under 17 points, you'll get 5 to 1 odds, so that's pretty decent. And I said there's already 9 points scored, so it's likely we're going to see that one's down.
Yeah, with another mistake, and I'm sure even if it was good, it would have been to Aaron Frankcomb's side because he was there. He was just behind Thierry.
Yeah. 4 points in a row for Frankcomb from 4-2 down.
I like the sound where it goes when you get this.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're watching a Matrix or something.
Did you hear the music we had on earlier? We have the Matrix music as our intro. It's not actually the Matrix music because we're not allowed to play it, but it's something that sounds very close to it.
That's good.
7-4.
Why he's not allowed to play the Matrix music?
Well, we
don't
have rights to play it on the internet.
Oh, yeah?
Just as we can't have Britney Spears on or anything like that. I know you're disappointed with that.
No. I didn't
You have to be very careful with your what music you play. We have incidental music in the background.
I'm pretty big fan of Britney Spears, especially when she had a haircut. She has the same haircut as me now.
Well, Aaron let out a scream there because he's got a chance. He got a 3-point lead, 7-4, and he just tinned there at the front. And this is very unusual for Thierry, who's definitely dropped a little bit.
Yes, left 5-7.
It's a very, very clever let, just to slow things down because.
He didn't fancy this shot, did he?
No, he was doing a lot of lunges.
It was one of those situations where possibly, if he'd have played that shot, the next shot would have been a winner from Lincou. Yeah. So he's quite a clever let. I have seen referees, I'm sure you have as well, give no lets in that situation.
Yeah,
because they will say you created that let, and you should just play the shot.
Sometimes the referees, they think that you have the you got the room to play the ball, and you're just fishing for a let, and then this is where they give you a let. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, especially if I play that
shot. It's good to hear you admit it on air. We'll play that back to the referees later. Thierry's in a good position here. And he's dominating the tee at the moment, we feel.
He's getting back to the crab stuff.
Great view from this camera.
I think Aaron is doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
Thierry giving a simple drive. Again,
Thierry is working. This is one of those rallies where Thierry is saying, I'm really punishing you here. And Thierry might not even win this rally, but he's going to get a few more points later on because Aaron is absolutely killing himself in this rally. Well,
and as you can see,
look at him. He's dead on his feet at the moment.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work on this rally.
So here we are, 7-all. And Thierry Lincou has just totally worked him over. He's playing for a bit of time. Just needs to wipe his hand for a fairly long period.
I think this is one of the worst feelings when you're really close in game, but you do a rally like this, and you can really cover the next one.
Yeah. And this is it now. He's still feeling tired. The acid's still burning up. Lincou's got a bad bounce.
He's still hanging there, which is good.
Yeah.
quite like the spirit. He's got a nice, little fighter spirit, and which is good, which makes a difference between players and each other.
Yeah, he's definitely a feisty character, isn't he?
Yeah, some players give up at this point. They say, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm not going to push it." Some players they hang on.
Good at the front left.
Yes, left.
Thierry saying, "Why don't you play?"
He's looking at him. He's like, just hitting with the ball.
Yeah, we had a good one in the last match with Daryl Selby and James Wilstrop, where sorry, it was Adrian. I'm getting it wrong. It was the first match. It was Adrian Grant and Renan Levine, and they turned each other, and Adrian decided to play forehand instead of backhand. Renan was stood right in front of him. He wasn't expecting that at all. They got a let. Well, this is business end of game 4. And Aaron is really living with him well in this game after 2 complete wipeouts in games 2 and 3. Oh, that's a tough shot there from Lincou.
Shot, especially when your legs are pretty hurting now.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh.
Could have got that in the first game.
Yeah. Frankcomb's, I think, that earlier rally's obviously really taken a lot out of him, and he's really, you feel that he's running on empty, but he's still moving around the court well. There's obviously that level of tiredness.
See, this is where Thierry's very dangerous.
Yeah.
He gave him the crab legs.
Well, you've been known to blocking once or twice in your history, haven't you?
I mean, whatever. I mean, so, if a player give you a chance like this is, for me, this is a winner.
They've played a bad shot beforehand, so you're not going to move out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great rally, actually. If we see it again, Aaron didn't play that volley very cleverly. He could have pushed it to the back, but I mean,
Thierry's showing his strength there. You notice how he just pushed Aaron aside.
Yeah.
And Aaron was possibly getting a little bit in the way, but Thierry just pushed him aside, and I'm playing this shot.
Very strong.
Yeah, strong man. It's over.
It's over now. And I think Aaron wants to see the ball. He's saying that the ball was broken.
Oh, they're shaking hands.
But the shake hands, the ball wasn't broken.
Yep, he wanted to check the ball. It wasn't broken. And there's a warm shake of hands between both players. And, Thierry Lincou, I think he just wants to add to the stats. Let's listen to him and Alan.
These qualifiers seem to get tougher and tougher year after year.
I'm not that young anymore, so I can feel a little bit of difference. So when you're not 100% really concentrated and focused, then you pay the price. And my opponent was really fighting hard tonight, and really deserved a good applause, and congrats to him.
Thank you, Thierry. You hear that, Aaron? Well played. Praise indeed from our #1 seed. So one quick question, Thierry, before we have a break. That first game, Aaron really came out of the blocks very quickly.
Yes, he did. Just couldn't see the ball, and I was impressed, and I hope to take it as a lesson,
Well, enjoy your rest day tomorrow, and we'll be back in action with you, Monsieur Lincou, on Wednesday. Well played, ladies and gentlemen. Big hand also for Aaron Frankcomb. Well played, Aaron.